Hello YouTube, thank you for stopping by. As always, please click like if you happen to enjoy this video, please click on subscribe, and if you would like to be notified when I publish future videos, just click on that bell-shaped notify button. Additionally, I'd love to hear from you, so be sure to leave me a comment and please share this video with anyone you think might enjoy it as well. Alrighty then. In this video, I'm taking another project that I did back when I was only taking still pictures, and I'm making a slideshow video so I can share the information on YouTube. I hope you find it informative. What I'm doing here is documenting the process I used for giving an anvil a vinegar bath to gently remove rust and grime. It's the first time I've used this method, and I was really happy with the results. Here we have the first picture that I took of my anvil on the day that I brought it home, and while it's in pretty good shape, it's kind of sticky and grimy, so I've decided that I'm going to clean it up. This side of the anvil is the side that has the maker's marks stamped into it. Can you make out any of the details? Not too easily, I grant you, which is another reason I'm cleaning the anvil in this manner. One thing that I thought of from the very beginning was that since the anvil will probably need to be lifted and rotated during the cleaning process, something like an engine hoist should be considered, especially since the anvil will be slick and wet when it comes time to pull it out of the vinegar. Fortunately for me, my brother had purchased an engine hoist just the week prior in order to move a garden fountain, and so I was very lucky to be able to borrow it. This saved me a decent amount of money. Originally, I was going to sandblast the gunk off the anvil, but the lightweight walnut shell blasting media that I tried first wasn't up to the task, and the stronger aluminum oxide media was taking too much effort, but it also looked like it might actually damage the shallow markings, so I decided to use a vinegar bath instead. It quickly became obvious that using an engine hoist was definitely the best solution for moving the anvil around. In fact, if I had the space to store one, I would definitely buy one for myself. Anyways, I went to the grocery store and I bought all of the 1-gallon bottles of vinegar that they had on stock, but it's less than I wanted. I also bought a large plastic tub with a lid at Target. And as expected, there wasn't enough vinegar to fully cover the anvil. This being said, you can already see traces of oil slicking on the surface as the vinegar starts working its magic. This is going to be great. So I used plastic bottles filled with water to displace and raise the level of the vinegar. It still wasn't quite enough, so I soaked some rags in the vinegar and let them sit on top of the exposed surfaces. You can see the bubbles forming as the vinegar gets to work. Half of the vinegar was apple cider vinegar, so the bath looks murky from the beginning. I let the anvil soak for 48 hours, turning once after the first 24 hours. I was very surprised to see that it was working much better than I had expected. After about 48 hours, it was time to pull out the anvil. Removing the bottles lowered the level of vinegar and revealed how well it actually worked. I did some light scrubbing with a soft wire brush and was very pleased with the results. Once the vinegar was bailed out and the tub rinsed, the anvil was again soaked, but this time with water and a lot of baking soda to neutralize the acid in the vinegar. Then once again rinsed off with rubbing alcohol as a quick drying water displacement treatment. The anvil has now been cleaned, dried, and painted with a matte finish clear coat Rust-Oleum on the non-working surfaces, even the bottom of the anvil, and now many of the manufacturing details are visible. I could see that the base of the anvil was forged in 2 pieces. The top striking surface is a 3/4 inch thick plate of hardened steel, thicker than I expected, forged welded to the base. The hammer marks all over the base prove that this anvil was forged out of wrought iron rather than being cast iron. Wrought iron is far superior to cast iron, so I'm very happy. The actual working surfaces of the anvil are protected from overspray with blue painter's tape. They will be treated with boiled linseed oil, which is the traditional method of treating anvil surfaces. This is the area where the weight markings are located. The weight is measured in the British hundredweight system and must be converted into pounds. The anvil is marked as being 208, and I have highlighted those markings. The first digit, a 2, is multiplied by the number 112. The second digit, a quarter hundredweight, is typically a number from 0 through 3 and would be multiplied by 28. In this case, it's a 0, so it remains 0. The last digit is straight pounds and would be a number that is 27 or less. In this case, it's an 8. So 112 times 2 is 224 plus 8 pounds, making the weight of this anvil 232 pounds. Very respectable. The original maker's marks were totally obscured by rust and grime previously, but now they can be made out easily. It says, Peter Wright, Patent, England. Again, I make use of the engine hoist to place the anvil on the stand that I made for it. The stand, incidentally, has casters on the back edge, and with a pair of removable steel pipes, the anvil and stand can easily be moved around just like a dolly. Here, the anvil is in its final position, but not yet anchored down. Originally, I was thinking that I would use long steel straps to hold down the anvil, but when I mocked it up a couple different ways using electrical tape, I didn't like it, so I decided to do something else. Instead of steel straps, I cut 4 pieces of L-profile angle iron and welded 2 pieces together to make 2 Z-brackets for each end of the anvil to be the anchors. They are bolted in place using 1/4 inch wide by 3 inch long lag bolts, and it works great. And here we have it. A nice clean anvil with maker's marks that are actually readable, protected with matte finish clear coat Rust-Oleum and boiled linseed oil, bolted down to a movable anvil stand. Not too bad in my own totally unbiased opinion. Okay, I guess that's it for this video. Remember, please click like if you happen to enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you would please click on subscribe. And if you would like to be notified when I publish future videos, just click on that bell-shaped notify button. Additionally, I'd love to hear from you. So be sure to leave me a comment, and please share this video with anyone you think might enjoy it as well. Bye for now.